Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I am your Tuesday morning host occasionally. I'm Matt Ryerson. This is my co-host today, Matthew Tolbert.
The Joe Palo to your Kim Palo, Matt. That's who I am.
That's right. That's right. Our hosts on Wednesday, and actually the owners.
The owners of the station, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had breakfast with Kim and Joe.
You did?
Yes.
Joe's lost a ton of weight.
He has. He's done an amazing
and
job.
He's grown his hair out. He actually looks kind of mature and distinguished.
Distinguished, I'm not sure about.
You don't think so?
Not sure about that one, but yeah, I had breakfast with them yesterday. Actually, a lot of the hosts of this show got together for a quick breakfast. You were not invited.
Apparently not. I was not able to be there.
You were invited. He couldn't make it.
No. Nobody told me this was going to happen. And they just completely eliminate me from the whole idea of this show.
That's exactly it.
I'm deeply offended.
We try and meet in secret behind his back. Much more efficient that way.
Where'd you eat?
Little Diner. And,
Little Diner on First, yeah.
And I just got, I can't say much about it right now because it's not made for TV type storytelling. And
So what you're saying, that was inappropriate conversation?
I won't say who was responsible, but it wasn't Kim Palo. That's all I'm going to say. And if you get the opportunity and you see Joe Palo out, ask him about some of his pinball stories.
Pinball stories.
Yeah, the pinball machines.
I am going to ask him about this.
Yeah, some interesting stories related to pinball.
Of course, most of you may not recognize him. Well, no, I guess you've seen him on Wednesdays, so you know what he looks like. Yeah. I barely recognized him when I saw him last week.
The incredible shrinking man.
Yeah.
So, brother, how's your last week? How's the last couple weeks? I haven't been here.
I know. You haven't had an opportunity to watch the show.
No, I understand that Sarah Anderson,
yes,
our entertainment correspondent, has come in and taken the role as co-host, and you've taken my seat.
Yes.
My understanding is, and I've heard this in all honesty, that they were terrific shows. That both shows were terrific.
Somebody's been lying to you. But luckily, since you haven't watched the show, and those of you who are regular viewers know, I have nothing to apologize to him for. Since he hasn't watched it, then he doesn't know, and hopefully he won't. So we'll be all right there. No, it's been great. Sarah's fantastic.
Yeah,
she's a great co-host and funny and smart, and so yeah, it's been really nice to have her.
She'll be here later today.
Yeah, she's going to be here giving us the entertainment news.
Yeah.
Oh man, the last few weeks have been good, but the last week in general has been kind of crazy up and down.
Yeah.
Like found out on Friday that my daughter had strep.
Oh no, that's no good.
Yeah, I took her to the doctor, and she's on antibiotics, and actually she hadn't had a fever since Friday, so. Right. Everything's fine, but we were kind of holed up in the house then, how contagious that can be.
Right.
And luckily I didn't get it, which is good, nice, and neither did my wife yet. But so we were holed up in the house pretty much all weekend until Sunday, and I was able to get out and play some football on Sunday and injure myself, which is always exciting.
Well, a nice way to give a little economic injection to our healthcare field.
Exactly, exactly. Strep throat, my wife's pregnant, I injured myself.
There you go.
I didn't go to the doctor. Come on, I'm a man.
So, I understand you also took a major test.
I did. I teach here at Cleveland State. Correct. I have a master's degree, and in order to progress in my field, I need a doctoral degree.
PhD.
Well, something equivalent.
Okay.
Or not quite equivalent. Anyway.
You would be Dr. Tolbert.
I would be Dr. Tolbert.
That is frightening.
And so in order to do that, I have to take this exam. It's the general, I don't even know.
Graduate.
GRE, general rectal exam. I don't know exactly.
I'm sure that is not it.
Although
it is graduate something exam, though.
It felt about the same. It felt about the same. Yeah, so what it consists of is it asks me a bunch of multiple choice questions on different fields, really in testing my ability to problem solve and analyze.
So how'd you do on the multiple choice?
Oh, I did fantastic, actually. I had taken it years ago before my master's, and I had to retake it because the time had elapsed.
Right.
And so I had to retake it, and I improved my score by like 200 points. And so I actually did really, really well.
1310 or something?
Yeah, out of 1,600. It was, yeah,
Which is an extraordinary score.
Yeah, I was really good. Very proud of that.
Excellent, excellent. And then the other section.
We don't need to talk about the other section, do we? Do we really need to talk about
There's
the
a
other
written section of this test. And in all fairness to my friend here, he's highly intelligent, but got a little test anxiety.
I guess. I bombed it completely. I completely bombed it. I don't know what happened. I was in there. It was actually an easy little question it asked me, and then I'm supposed to write an essay. And I bombed it. I didn't know what I was saying. I couldn't form a coherent thought in my brain. I started talking.
It's much like this show, then.
Well, there you go. Maybe I've been on this show too much.
Maybe that's the problem.
It's had a negative effect on me. I bombed it. I froze up, and like 10 minutes goes by, and I hadn't written a thing, and there's 30 minutes in this part. And then, so I start just writing, and I'm rambling and just writing about anything. I started writing about poor people and then about rich people, and I didn't even know what I was writing. And then another 10 minutes goes by, and I got a paragraph. And this is supposed to be an essay, so you're looking at like 5 or 6 paragraphs. And so then I just start writing anything, and I just start just throwing everything I could. I just started using buzzwords.
Platypuses live in Australia.
It was crazy. And I got to the end of that thing, and my hands were tingling. I was like, I can't believe it. And it ended, and I just took those hands, and I put them on my head, and I said, what just happened? And I just was totally frazzled. The rest of the exam, I was frazzled.
I tease Matt all the time, but Matt, I think our viewers would agree. Everybody goes through this at some point in time, so we're believing that 1310 is going to carry you.
Yeah, when I took it the last time, I got a decent score on the written part. This time, I have no idea.
Keep us posted.
If any support you all could offer me, our fans.
Yeah, if you've had a similar experience. Yeah, our viewers, I think, is the appropriate term.
Because if I don't, if this is funny now, if I don't get into the doctoral program, it will not be funny. I will not be laughing.
No. So any empathy you can give our co-host here, our beloved co-host, Matthew Tolbert, find us on Facebook. We're both on there.
Absolutely.
Did you see that the New York Giants and the New England Patriots have made the trip to Indianapolis for this weekend's coming Super Bowl? Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Yeah, I hate this. And last week, some of you remember, I commented on the conspiracy that is the NFL to allow Tom Brady to be in the Super Bowl. Any chance they get to get him in there, and it's because he's attractive.
He's good looking.
He's married to a supermodel.
He's married to a supermodel.
And he's exceptionally good.
And he's a quarterback in the NFL.
And that's why I hate him.
Tough to beat that trifecta. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do you have a pick? You know who's going to win?
Well, that's what we've got to do, our official Super Bowl picks. Right here. You can watch it on YouTube next week and find out how we went. I want a pick and the score. We're going to go that far for you.
A pick and the score.
Yes, the final score.
Now, I do not want the Patriots to win. I don't want the Patriots to do well at all. However, I have a feeling they'll still be able to score a lot of points. So I'm going to say this is going to be one of those great high-scoring type Super Bowls.
I agree.
Like the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos of old. You know, it was like 35-28 or something. And I think probably it's going to be 38-35.
Whoa.
New York Giants win.
Giants!
With a field goal. That's what I think.
Eli Manning.
I think it's going to be big like that.
All right. 38-35. Put it down, folks. Watch the game Sunday night.
Now, 3 or 4 years ago when they played, it was a low-scoring game.
It was.
I think this is a different game. I
agree with you on the high scoring. However, I disagree on the outcome. I'm going to go very similar score, 35-27 New England Patriots.
Really?
That's my prediction right here.
Oh.
You've heard it first.
More reasons for me to dislike you.
You don't even have to watch the game, folks. That will be the final
That will be the final score. Yeah. Well, we'll find out next week.
And watch it be 10-7.
Yeah, it's going to be really
in overtime.
Horrible. Wow.
Did you see, speaking of the NFL, Matt Castle, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, saved his neighbors?
What do you mean?
He literally, his wife spotted smoke coming out of his neighbor's house. He called 911, ran across the yard, pounded on the door, made sure the family got out of their burning home, directed the fire department to the house.
Then, fantastic.
In classic superhero fashion, once everything was good, he walked away quietly.
Didn't even do any interviews or anything like that?
Didn't want any publicity. In fact, he hasn't responded to any of the reports or anything. His neighbors are saying, no, we know, we live next to the guy. It was Matt Castle. And
wow.
Pretty interesting.
That is really great.
Yeah.
That is really great.
Pretty
I
cool.
wish he could play football just as well as he could save his neighbors. Did you see Jim Carrey's daughter was a contestant on American Idol?
Really?
Yes.
I didn't see it. How'd she do?
I don't know. I didn't see either. But I saw that she was on American Idol.
I wonder if she made it to Hollywood.
But now there are other people who have actually tried out who've been like offspring of famous people. But this is the newest one. I would think that she would be funny, but apparently she's a singer.
I saw one singer was the daughter of a World Series pitcher. I don't know who the World Series pitcher was, but I just caught a glimpse of that.
Interesting, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Mark Rippon, and I don't know if this is appropriate, but I'm going to say it anyway. His daughter...
Nobody's watching.
His daughter is the quarterback for a lingerie football league.
Oh, boy. Well, she's in the sport.
There is a lingerie football league, and it's serious. They wear pads and everything. It's like indoor.
Except they're wearing lingerie.
Except they're wearing lingerie. It's all women, and they play. And she's a football player, and she's a quarterback. Mark Rippon, his daughter, plays quarterback for one of the teams, and she's good.
He scouted this team, apparently.
I'm just saying.
Folks, we have a great show today.
My wife doesn't let me watch it.
We have Chad Cameron from Cleveland State here going to talk about geocaching. We have Sarah Anderson going to give us some entertainment news. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley, on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We didn't check the weather, actually.
Well, we need to do that, don't we?
Real quick, I'm sorry. Chad Cameron's going to be our guest here. We're going to take a quick look at the weather. Today, mostly sunny, beautiful day. high of 63. And yes.
Depends on what you say is beautiful.
Yes, it is January. Tomorrow will be the first day of February. Chance of rain with a high of 65. And then Thursday, similar type weather. Chance of rain, high of 63 degrees.
See, that's what happens. You go off for 2 weeks and you forget to do the weather.
I do. I forgot. Sorry. You're getting ready for your day there. Now you know what to wear. With us now, though, is Chad Cameron, Cleveland State Fitness Coordinator, Adjunct Instructor here at Cleveland State. Welcome, Chad.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We appreciate you being here. You have a very interesting topic, and I'm going to throw it at you because for a lot of our viewers, they may not have a clue. The term is geocaching, right?
That's it.
What exactly is geocaching?
Geocaching, in a nutshell, is basically a high-tech scavenger hunt. Uses GPS. You're out finding things in the wood that other geocachers have hidden.
Okay.
So what is a cache?
A cache, I wish I had one with me. It's basically a piece of Tupperware.
A piece of Oh, a cache is a piece of
Yeah.
I got a bunch of caches at home.
You use multi-million-dollar military satellites to find plastic Tupperware.
Now, what's in the Tupperware? I mean,
yeah, and one of the requirements is a log. It has to have like a piece of paper that you sign your name on it.
that you found it. Once you find it, you say, I found it.
You
on
sign
this date.
your name, your geocaching name, your username. Mine is Hoopy Hide. I'll explain that in a second. But basically, you open it up. There'll be a log in there. You sign it, and there may be some other trade items in there. Happy Meal toys.
Oh, okay.
No treasure. You're not going to get rich geocaching.
So it's not like treasure hunting, unless your treasure is Happy Meal toys.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Now, so then, what's the point?
Yeah, the point is just the enjoyment of the hunt. It's a challenge.
Okay.
Your GPS is going to get you within, sometimes 10 feet, within 40 feet generally, and then the search is on. So it's not going to put you right on top of it, and some of them are hidden quite well.
So, all right. Let's go back to the beginning. Geocache. Some of our viewers are going, scavenger hunt. I think everybody loves a scavenger hunt. I mean, we used to do those when we were kids.
Do you do like the photo scavenger hunts where somebody says, go to take a picture of this one thing? And
right. Make sure you're in front of a store or with a fireman or at a So how would somebody even get started? Where could they? I mean, you're talking GPS unit. And where do they find out where the caches might be?
They're at this point, the biggest website is geocaching.com. There's a few other small ones out there, but by far geocaching is the best. But basically, you go on there. It's free membership, don't cost anything, and you set up your profile. And once you do that, then you're able to find the listed caches in your area. It has the coordinates listed on there. You put those coordinates into your GPS unit, follow those coordinates to where it may take you, and find your cache.
So let's talk about a little bit where these are located. I guess my first thought was that you're going to be out in the middle of the national forest, but that's not always the case.
That's true. They are in the national forest. They are in different areas like that, but you walk by them every day and not know it. Parking lots, restaurant, parking areas, and things like that. They're everywhere. You walk by them and not know it.
Actually, on Cleveland State's campus, here on Cleveland State's campus, we have, how many do we have around here?
There is, on the nature trail, there's 2. There was 3. One, the tree fell and damaged it, so now there's 2 active on Cleveland State.
We have 2 right here on campus that we could go out and look at.
So now you mentioned your name, not Chad Cameron, but your
Hoopy Hide.
Hoopy Hide. Okay.
Hoopy Hide is,
this
is a good
Now
story.
remember, there may be children watching, Chad.
No, this is rated PG. My mamaw, that is what she called hide and go seek as a child. And so when we were in her house, when I was growing up, we always heard, no playing hoopy hide in the house. So hoopy hide is hide and go seek.
Which is kind of like what geocaching is.
Right, it kind of fits in it.
See?
So
Now, there's some pretty. I did a little research, knowing you were coming on the show, and there's some pretty sophisticated. Some people that commit a lot of time to this, and they tally how many caches they found. As I understand, your alma mater, Southern Adventist University, has a guy down there that's got like
Super Nate.
Super Nate has just hit like the 6,000 mark. Is that right? Or
I'm not sure. That's probably close. Yeah, he's a well-known figure in this area.
Wow. Now, but my family and I, we've never done this, and we've actually talked about it. Is this family friendly?
Absolutely. I have a 5-year-old, and she goes out with me occasionally and loves it. She likes to find the little toys and things like that. But absolutely, very, very family friendly. That's really what it's geared toward.
It's kind of like just that sense of adventure. You
Yeah.
want to go out and explore nature, explore the woods or whatever, and this gives you a reason to go out and do that.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things is going on vacation, going on somewhere new, and while I'm there, I'll look up the area caches and find them on vacation. And you'll find places there that you normally wouldn't see because the locals try to take you to places of interest.
Oh, so there's actually an effort that somebody that's hiding it is saying, hey, this is a cool part of town. This would be a good place
It's
for them
usually just
to
the way
see.
that it works out. Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question. Who hides these things?
You, me, whoever. I mean, the way it works is there are certain guidelines.
Okay.
Again, going back to the family friendly, you can't hide them on train tracks, obviously, or around train tracks. You can't hide them under overpasses.
Anywhere unsafe.
Right, because the biggest problem is the bomb squad gets called out quite often, and that is a huge black eye on the sport. You don't want to cause that kind of panic. So there is a procedure to have one hidden. We have reviewers; they are volunteers. You send in your request where you're hiding it, kind of the setup, and they determine whether or not it gets published. So just because you go hide one, don't mean it's going to get published.
Okay, and then once they review it, then they put it on this
On the website.
geocaching.com site
Exactly.
as a potential find.
That's it.
So the idea is this is recreation because you teach this at Cleveland State. You teach this as a class.
Right.
And so students take this and it's recreational studies. It's like camping or hiking or whatever, and you teach it in that way.
Absolutely. People ask me, how is it a PE credit? Come to one of my classes and you'll find out. We do a lot of hiking, a lot of walking, and it's just a lot of fun.
And my understanding is, and we've talked a lot about the forest or the woods, but like I know there's actually some, like in town, like you mentioned, restaurant parking lots on Lee University's campus, just around town, that we all drive by and just don't notice.
Right. One of the neat things, going back to that, is Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel at the corporate level approves geocaches. They actually want geocaches on their site, and it brings travelers in.
Sure.
We have travel bugs, and what a travel bug is it has a tracking number on it, and I purchase it, attach it to whatever keychain or whatever I want to, and you as a cacher would come along, pick that up, take it to another cache, and through the website, it will track where that has been.
Wow.
And the Cracker Barrel sites are a great place to drop off travel bugs because there's a lot of interstate travelers.
Right.
So they actually like you to bury things on their property.
Not bury. That is one of the guidelines. You should not have to physically remove dirt. So don't be carrying a shovel with you, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Normally it might be under pine needles, under some sticks or that sort of thing.
Okay.
So you now what kind of equipment do you need for this?
Basically, just a GPS. These range.
Can we get a close up of that GPS right there? There you go.
This is the DeLorme PN40. It is the one that I recommend for the money. It's hard to beat. About $250 will get you in the range of this unit.
So that's the initial cost is like that.
Right, and there's some better ones out there, and there's some cheaper ones out there, but for the money, I highly recommend the DeLorme PN40.
So where would somebody get one of these?
Amazon.com is probably the cheapest. Walmart.com has them.
Could you actually go to the store and actually look at some of them? Does Walmart have them?
I'm not sure they carry this one in store. It may just be an online.
Could you go to like outdoor stores and do that? Sportsman stores?
Maybe. Probably like Sportsman's Warehouse in Chattanooga or somewhere like that.
He's not a retail manager.
I'm just asking.
He's just making a recommendation.
Well, I don't like to buy things online. If I wanted, I
You
like to
wanna hold
go.
it.
I want to see them. I like to actually. That's what I like to do.
So you're perfect for geocaching. You know
Actually, I
goals.
am. See, that's the great thing is like you want to go for a backpacking trip or something, instead of just making it backpacking, go backpacking and geocaching.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole lot of fun.
It would be.
Or just camping.
And it would give you the whole idea on coordinates and how to manage coordinates and all that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
That's interesting. Chad, this is amazing. Thanks a lot for
Now, would you take us out
I'd love
and
to.
do a geocache?
I like to take you to the dark place.
I'm a little scared by that.
Let me just real quickly explain the dark place. The dark place is a puzzle cache. In a puzzle cache, you have to find the actual coordinates before you get there. There'll be the coordinates that are given on the site are not the actual coordinates. So you have to decipher them in some manner. There's many different ways you can do that. But there's a little puzzle. You figure out the puzzle, and then you go. And it's a nighttime cache. You can only find it at night. And there's a great twist.
Wow.
I wonder if we could get a camera and actually follow you and me going out and doing a geocache.
You know what? We talked to Jennifer James, the producer here, who is from Iceland, and she has approved the possibility, which is really firm, that we may do a cache with you, Chad, and that we may take a camera crew with us. And,
It'll be fun.
So
yeah, that should be fun.
Something to look out for in the
Comical.
future.
There you go.
But we'll have to figure it, because you already had figured this stuff out, so it'll be you and me trying to figure it out.
We'll just hand it off and let you go.
There you go. There you go. So, Chad, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
And,
Thank you for having me.
stay in touch. I think there's going to be a follow-up segment on this. We may go out with you and actually search one of these. I'm not sure about the dark place, but we'll try and find one, maybe here on campus or something.
All right.
Thanks again, Chad. We appreciate
thank
you.
Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
This is much like reality TV
I
here.
hate that. If I can help it,
So
I don't
reality.
watch that
And
at all.
it's pathetic. Welcome back, Tennessee Valley.
We're on.
We're on.
They're watching.
We're on. And we have one of our favorite guests. Oh, the Chad was great.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
was
I loved it.
outstanding. But we have Sarah Anderson back with us, who actually
morning.
apparently is trying to take my job.
No, no, I'm taking your job.
Oh, okay. She's
I'm taking his
She's
job.
taking my job.
Oh, sorry.
Sneaking
Didn't
in
get
there.
that whole equation in there. Sarah Anderson, our entertainment correspondent. Welcome.
Hi. Good morning,
Good to have you back. You
gentlemen.
literally just came in the door from a road trip.
Yes, I did.
Where were you?
I was in Charlotte, North Carolina,
What were you doing there?
seeing a friend.
Okay,
I love
cool.
Charlotte. It's a good
My
city.
parents live in Charlotte. actually.
Really? Are you from, did you grow up there or anything? Oh, okay.
Can we save this reunion for off air? Because I'm really anxious
Tell
to
me
hear.
more.
Tell us, entertainment news. What do you got for us today, Sarah?
Well, we had the Screen Actors Guild Award last
Oh.
night. Yes. So the SAG Awards,
So what is the Screen Actors Guild? What is
Who
that?
votes on that? Yeah.
the actors.
Oh, so
Yes,
this is
that are in-
peers.
Yes, it is
So
peer
this is
review,
where
basically.
actors get to praise each other.
Yes, and it's interesting because a lot of times the results are slightly different than other. I mean, you have the People's Choice Awards, where obviously the
Sure.
people are
people,
choosing.
yeah.
Choosing. Anyway, yes, the people are choosing.
We coined these terms on this show.
And then you have both the Oscars and
Which is the Academy.
yes,
And
so
nobody
and
really
that's a
knows who
very
the
different
Academy
group
is.
of people, elitist, whatever.
Right.
I'm
I'm
so,
part of that group, by the way.
Of course you are,
You have a
Matt.
vote?
I'm sure.
I do. I have a vote with the Academy.
Can I talk to you
Sneaky.
about your vote?
So moving on, I don't know if both of you are aware of my deep love of the movie The Help.
The Help?
Which I
No.
know we
I heard it's
mentioned
great.
it. I think was that last week we talked about that, or the
yeah,
week before.
yeah.
It's
I
been a-
actually am reading the book right
My
now.
wife
I
is
need
reading
to
the
get
book,
to the book. It hasn't. I have to sneak it in there at some point. I'm in a book club, so I have to read those books first. But anyway, so The Help actually
Did not-
destroyed last night. Dominated, rather,
Won
would be a better
everything.
word. Not everything, but yes.
Destroy. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that meant.
It's like
Is it
we have a bunch
positive?
of
Is
dead
it negative?
actors now.
No,
All the
no, no.
actors
Burn
have
the place
died.
down. What's Screen Actors Guild is
Okay,
no
But,
more.
but they did really
They
well.
did really well. And so the significance of this is that The Help actually was nominated for Best Motion Picture for the Oscars, or is nominated, still is, but really didn't stand much of a chance up next to movies like The Artist and The Descendants. But because of this award, that kind of gives them a little bit more, people are like, do they have more pull now? So that's huge.
I hope not.
Because
I mean, because isn't the Descendants George Clooney?
Yeah.
yes, and
I'm pulling for George.
he might win for, I
have a
think he's
crush on
nominated
George?
for Best Actor anyway.
I don't know if man crush. Are you accusing me of man crush? You know what?
It's who
He's
doesn't?
a funny guy.
You can't not.
He's a
it's
funny
okay.
guy. He's a notch above Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you
all
really
right.
make that comparison?
Well, that was
well.
earlier. Yeah.
Oh.
Remember what I said last
Yeah,
year?
it's okay.
So-
Okay,
so
so
The
anyway,
Help did
well,
good.
The Help did really
Octavia?
well. Octavia won for supporting performance by an actor, and then Viola Davis, whom I love, won for Best Actress over Meryl Streep, which doesn't
Wow.
happen. So
Wow.
that was big. Wow. And of course, Meryl was nominated.
So
for,
then that does that make them now what now the Golden Globes doesn't necessarily set up the Oscars or the SAG Awards.
No, they're all very separate entities, but it does help. It kind of shows where
Everybody's
favor is leaning. Yeah. And then in addition, their big award was that they won the biggest award at SAG, which is Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble Cast.
Which is
So they-
basically the best picture, but
it's the equivalent, yeah, because it's recognizing that the actors all together were this powerhouse, which they were. And if you two, neither of you have seen it, have you? It's just incredible the way that they all came together.
Yeah, I heard
love
it's a
it.
great movie,
But-
and I haven't heard a negative word about it.
yeah, I've heard good things too.
So
quality.
congratulations.
The
to
book
all
is
you
good
job.
so far. I've only read it like a chapter.
We should
or
have
two.
Octavia on. I was talking to her the other day.
Were you?
You were
And
just
so we're
chatting.
booked up this week. so-
Emma Stone
I know,
actually
very
is a
crucial.
Facebook friend of mine. I could always talk to her.
Well, my thing was, Octavia, you don't have much of a chance. You're going against George.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to lean that way. And he was going to be our guest next week, but he canceled.
Well.
So maybe we could get Octavia.
You know, you got to
Slip
talk
right
to
in
him
there.
about that. He owes you, doesn't he?
He does, man. We go way back. Anyway,
So
Sarah.
in less positive news, Demi Moore.
Oh.
You've heard about the separation with
Yeah.
Ashton, which
Yeah.
shocker that happened, by the way. Sorry.
She's only, what, 15 years older than he
and
is?
he's only Ashton Kutcher, who is Hollywood's tramp anyway. But
Wow!
sorry.
Wow!
Ashton, we do not agree with her. We do not agree.
Now, in fairness, they have been married for a
For
while.
quite
That's
a
true.
while.
Like
no,
5,
they-
6
and
years
I'm
or something?
not at all discounting that. I think it was just one of those things. It was like, how long will this last? But
And they had even gone on like family vacations with Bruce and his family.
Rumor and yeah, which Rumor, interesting name.
Scout.
Scout, yeah, which Have to love that. Can't bash Scout. But anyway, she was hospitalized recently. Yeah, she apparently was doing whippets, which is inhaling nitrous oxide. Yeah, which is what
Why
you
are
do,
you laughing
what
at
high
that?
schoolers
That's
do.
just like 13 or 14-year-olds
Yeah.
do that. And here's Demi Moore, who's like
I'm
47, doing whippets.
I'm just saying she's in a bad place and you're laughing at her.
Well, yeah, but people like that, if they're in a bad place, they like hit hydrocortisone or something. They
That's
don't,
true. You get
they don't do
pills. Pills
whippets.
make a lot more sense.
Or they drink. You know, my goodness.
Anyway, I'm
Be an
assuming she
adult,
wasn't actually
Denise.
using whipped cream cans, which is like the old school, the cheap
Right,
way to
right,
do it.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a
Oh, so
better.
she bought.
Let's
like,
not tell the kids how to do them, folks.
Oh, sorry.
She bought the
I don't
high-tech-
know what we're talking
She bought the
about.
high-tech whippet dispensers.
Yes, whatever that is. So now she's seeking spiritual counseling because people were asking whether or not she'd
Spiritual
be whether or not she'd be entering rehab, and she's saying that no, she's not entering rehab, but she is seeking some sort of spiritual counseling. Very vague. Who knows what that means? But she is.
It's a drug
Hopefully
dealer
getting
who will
herself
help her out.
together.
Probably. Is what
Wow.
I'm
You guys
sorry.
do this show? I mean, what's this show like when I'm not here? That's
that is. It's very cynical.
That was really
Yes.
dark. Okay, so in a more uplifting.
there we go.
Yeah. Well, it's sad to begin with. Etta James passed away last
Oh,
week.
no.
Who, yeah.
That's not
really
uplifting.
Well, I know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
what's the-
What is she known for, though, Etta James? Who
At
is this?
Last, and then a lot of very
Oh, the
soulful
song,
singing.
the
Mhm.
singing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't know
she was.
that?
Sorry, she was a singer, very huge, very instrumental.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, have you seen? Well, do you remember the movie Cadillac Records coming out that
I do.
Beyonce was in? That was based on her life. So there you
right,
go,
okay.
a little more modern.
That's cool.
Christina Aguilera sang at it along with music by Stevie Wonder, and then Reverend Al Sharpton, who I often disagree with, but actually sounds like what he said was his. I guess eulogy was very heartfelt and beautiful.
Nice,
but he
nice.
also quoted a quote by President Obama, which to be huge enough that the president remarks on your passing is kind of
Yeah.
Etta James,
impressive,
yeah.
and said that Etta will be remembered for her for her legendary voice and her contributions to our nation's musical history.
Wow.
So it was,
Very
Very cool.
yeah, pretty
Yeah,
neat.
hats off to the president. Nice. Excellent.
So
Excellent.
we got awards, we got scandal,
Yeah,
we
sorry,
have
all sorts
death.
of stuff mixed
Yeah,
in there.
so-
Yeah, you are
uh,
full of drama.
Yeah, so the big award show is the Oscars, right?
Yes.
When is
mean,
that?
That is at the end of February. I
Okay.
believe it's whatever the Sunday, the 27th, maybe whatever that Sunday that weekend
Oh,
is.
okay.
So.
So set your
Oh, yeah.
DVR. The big Oscar.
And
awards.
nominations did come out last week, but I didn't want to be too
Right. So
awards heavy.
Then give us a pick. This show's all about predictions. We did the Super Bowl pick, so
Oh goodness.
prediction, Golden Globe, or no, Oscars,
Oscars.
right? Oscars prediction, Best Picture.
I'm still gonna go with The Descendants.
The Descendants.
What,
George
not
Clooney
even
and
the
his
artist?
crew.
The artist?
See, well, that between those, it will be one of those two,
'cause didn't
regardless
George
of what happened
Clooney-
with The Help.
George
I think.
Clooney lost last night
Yes,
to the
and-
guy from The Artist.
Yeah,
right?
he did. Whose name is.
And now The
slipping right
Artist
but-
is a silent film.
Yeah,
Silent film.
that's
Which is
fascinating.
different.
I've seen some clips from it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then isn't Brad Pitt also nominated?
For Moneyball, I believe.
Moneyball, yeah, which I haven't seen that one either, which is
Yeah.
supposed to be pretty good.
It's
though.
supposed to be
Yeah,
good. I don't think
baseball
it'll
movie.
it won't touch it, but it was a good movie for what it was, and it definitely has
And
received
of course, these two
nominations.
guys are friends,
Yeah.
which is hilarious that Brad Pitt and George Clooney. If you didn't see the Golden Globes, they were competing for Best Actor, and George won. I call him by first name, but you guys should call him Mr. Clooney. I call him George. And he
Tight.
goes up on the stage with a cane, making fun of Brad Pitt, who had an
Hurt his
injury.
knee,
Yeah,
yeah.
and had been walking around with a cane, and so that's just a fun.
Well, you know
friendly
why
rivalry.
George Clooney, Mr. Clooney, has said that he's got to pay Brad Pitt back because they play practical jokes on each other.
Right.
And for Ocean's 11, the movie that came out a number of years ago, Brad Pitt told the entire crew that George Clooney only wanted to be called Mr. Ocean the entire time. And so the whole time they called him Mr. Ocean, And he was like, but I'm Mr. Clooney. I'm George. What's going on? Everybody's calling him Mr. Ocean.
Nice.
And Brad Pitt told him to do that.
I
So
like
George
that.
has got it out for Brad.
It's hard not to root for those guys.
I know,
'cause
they're fun.
They do seem to take it. They don't take themselves too seriously. Although The Help would be nice. George has won before, right? He's won an
Yeah.
Yes,
he's won
he
an
has.
Oscar. I forget what it was for, but I think
won
he's
a couple
got
of Oscars.
I think so. I can't remember the
Yeah.
titles, but
He won Michael Clayton.
Oh,
That-
Michael. No, it was
Was
Mike. It was Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton.
The lawyer movie. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yes.
And then for Syriana, he won supporting
Oh,
actor.
yeah.
Supporting
Yeah.
actor for that. Brad hasn't won though.
He hasn't won an Oscar?
No, he's
he
been
won't
nominated.
this year either, sadly. But
He's been nominated a number of times, but he's never won.
Wow. Always a bridesmaid. And he's still
You know
not
why? You know why?
Yeah.
He's too good looking.
Yeah.
They don't like good looking.
When you're a
people.
notch above Clooney, yeah. Yeah, that's tough luck.
That's why Kim Kardashian's never going to win an Oscar.
No.
She's too
yeah,
pretty.
that's the reason.
That's not the reason. She won't-
or her utter lack of talent.
Anyways, let's thank Sarah Anderson. Our in-studio crowd is going crazy. We really appreciate you coming in and doing entertainment news and trying to steal my job. Stick
help
with
myself.
us. We'll be right back with the things that matter.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Just a movie about Pocahontas.
Well, Pocahontas. Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. It's Tuesday morning. Let's take a quick look at the local weather so that you can be prepared for your day. Today's going to be a gorgeous day.
It's 69 degrees in the studio right now.
It's nice and cozy, comfortable, 69. I prefer 70. I put in my request. Apparently they don't appreciate my diva standing here.
You haven't been here for 2 weeks, man.
I guess. High 63 today, low of 40. Tomorrow, a chance of rain, because we certainly haven't had enough of that yet.
I know, right?
So let's get some more rain in here. High of 65, and then Thursday, a high of 63 with another chance of rain. So
We're smack dab in the middle of winter,
yeah.
and it's in the 60s.
And that's okay. We need the rain. Farmers
I
need the rain.
guess.
I grew up on a farm.
I
know
do
how
like the
important it is.
farmers. Thank you, farmers.
By the way, we have a best of CD here. It's yours, $10.
Is it worth $10?
No, I wouldn't pay. Actually, I think it's on YouTube for free. So
Yeah.
if you call me and want a copy for $10, then, you know.
Then make the check out to Matthew Talbot.
Bad on you. Seriously, there's a best of
I know.
on YouTube.
I know.
So
It's
that's
fantastic.
frightening. But really, right now, what we're here for and what we're all eagerly anticipating.
My name is Matt, and these are the things that matter. January 28 was this last week, and it was, Saturday?
Yeah.
Was celebrated as National Kazoo Day. A day when, according to organizers, Americans are supposed to take time to recognize the kazoo.
Wait a minute. Is this somehow an unrecognized instrument?
I think so. I think not enough people recognize the importance of the American institution that is the kazoo. May I go on?
Please.
It's mostly known as a child's toy, of course, but it has history of being a ritual instrument in Africa. Natives would disguise their voices using an animal horn and the membrane from spider eggs. Rick Hubbard is the promoter of Kazoo Day. He claims he can coax about 40 separate sounds from his instrument and performs 250 kazoo concerts each year.
200, whatever. Rick, I mean, how'd you get this job as promoter of Kazoo Day? You know what I like best about this story? The way you read it. You read it with a lot of enthusiasm. So
I think that's what they say is it's literally the traditional kazoo, what we know as the kazoo, was created in America. It's an American invention.
it's like a piece of plastic that you go, It's not the, whatever.
It's very important in our history.
You folks know I'm not usually cynical, but
And some kazoos are actually often used in bluegrass bands, which appellation we know, right?
That's right.
We have the mountains behind us. See, look, right there.
See, and my 3-year-old uses them too. So
police in Willowbrook, Illinois, were surprised last week to receive when they received a 4 a.m. emergency call from a man who wanted to see an officer because he wanted to fight with them. So the police went to his house and he started fighting them. They arrested him, and he's now being held on $100,000 bond.
$100,000 bond. Talk about, you know, the old George, the old Babe Ruth story where he called his shot with the bat.
Yes.
And it hit my home
Yes.
run. This is the criminal equivalent of Babe Ruth calling his shot.
It's like, I'm going to fight you, so come over here. So I can fight you.
I love that he went out of his way. It wasn't like finding.
I know, he called 911.
Just called him and said, "Why don't you just come on over here?"
You know, he had to have been drunk. It's 4 a.m.
You think?
Here's another crazy one that I found. The city of Bonn, Germany, collected around $20,000 last year from prostitution taxes, paid via automated curbside pay stations, or what they call sex meters. Under the new program, sex workers are required to purchase tickets to work the streets at night. They charge the prostitutes a flat nightly rate of $8.65 for the right to solicit clients on the street between 8:15 p.m. and 6 a.m.
There are so many things about this story
that are wrong.
First of all, I like that you did the air quotes on sex meter because actually you can't see this, but it is actually in quotes.
Quotation marks.
Which is awesome. But I also wonder, it says they can solicit clients on the street between 8:15 p.m. and 6 a.m. So there was a legislative body at some point arguing this, right?
To say not 8.
Right, and somebody else was going, I want it to be 8:30. 8 is way too early. And said, we need it to be 8. Yeah, let's find middle ground, 8:15.
But here's the thing. They say prostitution is legal as long as you pay taxes. So the federal government is really overreaching now. So far, in fact, that it's putting the kibosh on our prostitutes. The New York department store Tiffany's held a party and told all models hoping to attend that they couldn't bring any guests unless they too were models. This offended a lot of people, so the promoters produced a release explaining that the best-looking guests will be admitted whether they are models or not. And then added, "We were worried that good people might be turned away at the door, but have been reassured that the best-looking people will have no problem."
Well,
There's a conspiracy against ugly people, Matt.
well,
Ugly people are not allowed to go to Tiffany's party.
I mean, what's the world coming to here?
I mean, you and I would be allowed in, of
Yeah,
course.
Tom Brady.
Yeah,
George Clooney.
George Clooney. Sarah Anderson, maybe.
Brad Pitt, possibly.
Probably. Not somebody like, you know, Angelina Jolie.
No, her modeling days are over.
Well over. I just thought that was, they actually came out and said it. It's not that they...
You know, the truth is
We're
they've been
trying
doing
to
this
hide
for
it. I
years.
mean-
Yeah, it's, you know, there's some nice.
But you don't say that, though. I mean, what if there's a really famous person who's kind of homely looking, but they have a wife who's a model? You
Is
know?
that Buscemi guy?
Steve Buscemi?
Buscemi? Yeah, he would not make it into this.
No, he wouldn't.
Great actor, though.
No, fantastic.
I wonder if
He
they'd
won an
turn him
award.
a-
I think he won an award at the SAG Awards.
I wonder if
last
they'd
night.
turn him away. I just won an award at the SAG Awards. You're not doing any modeling.
You have bad teeth, so no.
We'd love you on the show, though, Steve.
Yeah,
Give us a call.
I'll give him. Well, I think Sarah knows him. We can always talk to her. A Cleveland clinic.
A local clinic?
A Cleveland. I'm sorry, not a local clinic. I apologize. Cleveland, Ohio. Less cool. A Cleveland, Ohio clinic, women's health specialist, has made a house call at the Cleveland Zoo to demonstrate how to fit an orangutan with a newer brand of implanted birth control device. General Curator Jeffrey Hall says the zoo does not want the Bornean orangutan to breed.
Now,
I've
what
made
has
Matt
happened to the
Ryerson
show?
speechless.
What happened to
I've
the
made-
show? I fell in love with the show. All of a sudden, there's cynicism and stories about birth-controlled orangutans.
Well, apparently you have a very promiscuous orangutan in the premises, and they're just like, listen, if she's going to be doing this, we want to make sure that she doesn't have an unwanted pregnancy.
She needs to pay the sex meter between 8:15 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Luckily, and this is, I think, a very important thing that you and I agree with, that they would, if she did get pregnant, they would certainly allow her to have the pregnancy, have the baby. But they just don't want to see that happening.
So that zoo is pro-life.
Pro-life is what I'm saying. That's right. They're pro-life, and that's the whole point. So that just prevent the pregnancy to begin with.
Nice. Got any more of these?
My name is Matt, and those are the things that matter.
That is awesome. This is good television, folks. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We appreciate you. We got one more segment. If you haven't already turned off the television, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Joe Jingle.
And I'm Kim Christmas.
We're here to tell you that the annual Cleveland Christmas Parade brought to you by Main Street Cleveland is back. It's going to be great with all the lights, floats, and Christmas cheer.
Don't forget, WTMB will be broadcasting live the entire parade from the parade.
I was going to get there before you interrupted me. Why are you always trying to interrupt me? I'm trying to tell everybody the Cleveland Christmas Parade is going to be live the night of the parade, the best production ever of the parade, right here on WTMB. You're always trying to steal the spotlight from me. What are you doing? Kim? Ah!
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Yes, we're back live.
We're back live.
Kinda. And Sarah has joined us back on studio. She can't get enough of this good television.
Can't handle it.
Needs to be here.
Thanks for coming back.
You're so welcome, Matt and Matt.
Oh, welcome back, folks. We're going to take a quick look at the local weather. Hopefully you're getting prepared for your day. You got to know what to wear. It's going to be a beautiful day today in the low 60s, mostly sunny. Tomorrow, chance of rain, high of 65. And then Thursday, another chance of rain with a high of 63 degrees. Warmer, unseasonably warm.
Short sleeve weather today, I think.
Yeah, possibly. Unseasonably warm is some of our
I don't know why I'm wearing this sweater.
Yeah, it's warm out there.
It's warm. Man,
Yes.
I don't know. Anyway.
Favorite person of the day.
Well,
I was over.
It's going to be a little awkward. My favorite person of the day was going to be Sarah Anderson.
Oh.
Because she's been my co-host for like the last 2 weeks, and she's done
is
such a
awkward.
fabulous job. But now she's sitting right next to me, and it's
Yeah.
just a little weird.
Uncomfortable to compliment somebody when they're
I
sitting
know. I didn't
next
want to
you.
do that, but
Thank you.
Sarah, thank you so much for everything that you've done the last 2 weeks, stepping in and helping out. You've been great.
Of course.
Yes.
I've
thank you
enjoyed
for
it.
helping
Thank you
in
for
my
having
absence.
me.
Really appreciate
Thank
that.
you for putting up with me, all of you.
Well, I'm not sure anybody's watching anymore.
true.
So
Sorry.
I don't know how much. They have the easy, we have to sit through this. They can just turn the channel.
Or mute it, which is probably even better.
Yeah, might be a good call. Sarah, favorite person?
The Coleman family, Dr. Coleman, they donated the old woolen mill space for our Red Shoe event that is coming up.
When is that coming up real
February
quick?
11th, 6 o'clock at the old woolen mill.
February 11th, 6 o'clock, the Red Shoe Gala. So
yes.
this is a dress up, get nice, and come out.
Come
and
have
a good
fun,
time.
dance. As I've promised twice, I will dance with you if you want to dance.
That's right. She
So
said that.
yeah,
There you
$35 a ticket or $60 for a couple.
Or a discount for teachers?
Yes, we do have a discount
Oh.
for teachers, so it's $25 for teachers.
Where can I get tickets, real quick?
You can get tickets in our office, which is in the Craig Moss Hall building,
Okay.
or the night of. We'd prefer that you get it ahead of time, if possible. You can find us on Facebook as well,
But they can show up that night at the
Yes,
Old
you
Woman.
can.
Great.
they have to.
Wow.
if you have to.
My favorite person, I'm going to go with people. 'Cause I got several. Met with Steve Hartline, friend of the show.
Oh, yeah, Steve.
Up at WCLE, does a wonderful job. Phil Cook over at Lee University,
Oh, Phil.
Vice President of Admissions, one of the funniest guys I know.
He's hilarious.
And Merica Stum. Her and her husband Jake are good friends with my wife and I, and they just do a fantastic job. Jake is literally in Cambodia right now building a city, building an entire city.
Building a city.
Yep, they raised already $1 million, trying to raise 2.5 to raise money to get these people in Cambodia out of literally living in a trash dump, out of poverty, and into good homes.
Wow.
So, Merica Stum with her 3 kids at home, holding down the home front, full-time job over at Lee University. So, those are my favorite people.
Fantastic.
We hope you tell your favorite people.
And you know what I look for this weekend? What to watch for?
What?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl's coming up.
I think pregame starts at 8 a.m.
Pregame starts on Friday.
That's right. That's right. Super Bowl on at 6. You know our predictions. Everyone have a wonderful week. We hope to see you back here next Tuesday morning.